This is the story of a man named Mike. Mike worked for Aperture Laboratories, where he was employee number 352. Employee number 352's job was simple. He would sit at his desk in room 352 and monitor test chambers. This is what employee 352 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Mike was able to put up with it for the simple reason he would get a 35-minute break to eat his favorite lunch. And Mike was happy. But then one day, Mike opened up his lunchbox to find it empty. Someone else had eaten Mike's lunch. And Mike knew the culprit. Mike decided he was going to confront them, so he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
This is a story of a user named ALLOS, occasionally known as Ketchum Creations. And today he was back on the Pool 2 workshop playing the Aperture Dilemma by Boz. So it's right here. So this is the Stanley Parable. Now this map caught my eye because, apart from me, this seems like the only other person on the Pool 2 workshop who knows how to actually make the Stanley Parable in Pool 2, because the assets literally exist within the game. Like, a lot of the Stanley Parable's assets came from Pool 2. This person seems to realize that. Fucking chump. This person seems to put in a good lot of effort too. Boz. He's put in good effort so far. It's like very accurate. You get the paintings. From Monitoring Chamber 0. Yeah. It's a very tall lunchbox. Like, what was Mike eating for lunch every day? The box that tall. Looks like there's a custom voiceover with captions too. That's pretty good. It's just pretty good. Oh, look at that reflection. Is that? Look at that. It's a higher detail clock. Is that from this? Is that Stanley Parable use that clock? You know, I've been thinking of making a higher detail version of the Pool 2 office clock. Is that what that is? Like, if you just have put the original model next to that. Is that the same thing? It might be. Charming clock. Quartz. Alright. So. It's similar but different. We even have the proper locked door noise.
Mike noticed none of his coworkers were at their desks. However, Mike had bigger issues to solve, so I figured the meeting room would be where the suspect was.
Is that's Discord. Nice. Or it's like developer notes for the story map. I think you could barely read that. Zoom in more. Also, yep, you can turn them off at the end. It's the right noise. Subsurface. Have I seen that map? Maybe I'll look it up afterwards. Update. Okay. So we walk a little faster in Stanley? What? Wait, why was I able to tilt that painting? Wait a minute. I can reopen the office door, thankfully. Can I? Oh. I guess I should interact with more things then, because I just ran out of eating that painting. Alright. I wonder if there's an achievement for get top of the store. Okay. Already read the choice doors.
When Mike came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know what? I think I will take the door on the right. Sorry, excuse me.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Well.
So Mike turned to the first open door on his left to get back on track.
I think it sneezed on the captain's there. That's not good. Huh. That's concerning. Alright. Seems a bit different. Oh, look at that. The break room is settings inside an office. You got the vending machine. They really went in the multiple open filing cabinets. They really went. Boz really went all out with important stuff for this. Okay. But nah, I'll go this way.
Nope. Okay. However, I must ask, why did you download this map if you weren't even going to play it properly? Is this fun for you? Breaking maps?
I make
The
maps.
story I wrote for you is the best part of this map, but each their own, I suppose.
I make maps, so I'm experienced in breaking them. Oh, shit. The left door has been cemented over. That's funny. Here we go again. very blank. Oh, you're broken already.
Look at this. It's a big box with broken lighting and dev textures.
Broken lighting.
Is this really what you want to see out of this map? Maybe you assume this would be another basic test chamber that everybody seems to love. Well, if that's what you want, I can deliver.
Why are the captions broken? You're not acknowledging that, which makes me think it's not intentional. What is going on with the captions? Where are those symbols? Is some of that like a Wayback or something? Oh well. Test chamber. Reindeer. It's cute. I like the aesthetic already. Now we've seen several maps in the workshop before that sort of hinted at a standing parallel dynamic. This one actually goes full force into it, which I like. Work in progress. Clear composition. In fact, it might be some of the same textures. I don't recognize Bod's name. It was like, I think Stract is one of the people who had maps that had standing parallel endings. Who's that lighting? Nice. I don't know how the lighting out there was broken though. It looked normal to me, just dim.
Wow, look at that. You solved the puzzle. Faster than anyone else, too.
I
Doesn't
didn't.
that make you feel so smart? Don't you want to rate this map 5 stars because it makes you feel that much smarter?
That's not a thing. What is this? YouTube from the early 2000s? We don't individually rate stars anymore on this website. Steam doesn't do that.
This is brilliant. Hold on, I'm gonna make another test.
You'd be better at me than I am. Better at than I am. The Aperture Dilemma alpha test. Look at this. Are you bored of testing? Visit the Aperture Science Experiment Center where you experience science. Aperture Experiment Center. It's a very nice banner. Supposed to like a lot of ink to print the thing out. And please rate your experience. We're not quite there yet. What goes on here? I think there's a light up there. Wait.
Good job. You did it again. Now, you may be asking yourself, what was the puzzle in that room?
Walking, of
That's
course.
exactly it. There is no puzzle. That, my dear Mike, is the puzzle.
Puzzling.
And there you go. That's it. Aperture Dilemma over. Hope you got everything you hoped for out of this map. The end.
Nope, that's that. Go on credit sequence. Really? Oh, you had the correct font too for the credits by Boss Laboratories. That's all very nice. Narrated by Boss Labs. Got music. Additional narration by Cosmic Comet and Spoops. I didn't see any of the commentary. George Globes by Between Reality. Digital Assets by. I don't know why I'm reading all of these. Me too. Portal Revolution. No, some Revolution here. Valve. No, that's not the only path though. So after the credits roll here, I think I'll reel back and go through that left door. Nice simple credit sequence here. It's a lot more thanks to you. It's a lot more impressive the credit sequence I did for Escape from Aperture. It's my favorite Ultra Deluxe. By Davey and William Pug. Your credits are nicer than mine. Okay. Okay. So, reel it back. That's okay, right, we're back now. So here...
And I detoured to the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
This does not look like where the left wheel would have gone. NT null? What does that mean? It's a big red button. I still want to press. It seems like the semi-parable where you remove the arrow from the button. I don't know if we talked about this before, but for those of you who don't know, this screen button model in Portal 2, when we press to change the screens in co-op levels, the arrow on the front is part of the mesh for some reason. It's weird. I don't know why they did that, Valve. Okay. Of course I'm gonna try the emergency escape, but first I want to see what's going on here. Oh, it goes back to the choice doors.
Okay. When Mike came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Is it gonna start over if I go through the right door again? Oh.
Okay, where did we go wrong?
Oh guys, confusion ending. Yep. Right. Okay. Oh.
Wait a second. Wait, it's actually 6 doors?
The heck?
Well, what's behind them? Now there's no doors. And under them is, Wait. No, this isn't right. We need to go back farther. Quickly, Mike.
I like how even the lights just continue. That's funny. That's weird. Yeah, it's a little divot in the floor that cuts into. That's interesting. Guess I don't think you cut that right in the corner there. That's not quite right. Okay, I like that gag though. That's funny. So where are we going now? Quite big a lag. We're going back to our office.
Oh, no, I was afraid of this. You're not Mike.
Of course.
You're a real person. Oh, Mike. Did you even read the disclaimer?
What
It said
disclaimer?
clear as day. Don't play this game if you are real.
Yeah.
I need to shut the game down. I'll destroy everything, but hopefully preserve the code.
Captain's already gone. No, no. No, no. No. Right. Two.
When Mike came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I guess it's actually Stanley model too. This was a different shirt. Okay, there, yeah, it's like this. That's the credits ending of the original Stanley Parable. All right. Oh, we saw that route, so reel it back. Okay. I sure hope anything didn't happen after the credits there, because that would have been awkward. Boop.
Oh, Mike. You didn't just activate the emergency escape. Great going, Mike. You just ruined the entire test.
Yeah, so what about it? You can just build another one. Signage. You are now leaving. That's what it says. It's all funky. Reminds me of the trailers for Ultra Deluxe. Am I getting flanged out again by OBS because there's no music? Yo.
Yes, I'm core. And no,
Right.
it's not the 80s anymore.
Bucket.
So we here at Aperture have one last test we need you to solve. It's a real tricky. It'll probably take you a little while, so good luck. Give it your all.
This confirms that Loxton and Noggin theory that the Stanley Parable is secretly an Aperture experiment. That's not really the captions is broken though. Was I saying something there? I forgot. I was going to say, I think I'm almost tempted to start playing the original Stanley Parable music in the background. This is for myself being flanged out because there's no music. This is like Chamber Zero. You didn't think of that, did you? Oh, I'm stuck. Like the idiot I am, I managed to get myself stuck between a ladder and a cardboard box. There we go. Use my teleportation powers to save the day. I just slide off that ladder. I can't reach. This. There's an elevator back there. Yeah, I guess I'll use my telekinesis powers then. Doop. Here we go.
Great job. Now just go into the elevator and you're free.
I like how he has the bucket on his head. Oh, let me get up here. Yeah, it's that bucket. I wonder if it's the one from the Gmod Workshop. Which I think that one was. It might be the TF2 bucket hat retextured. So your eye is like arrows. Alright then, that was fun.
Oh no, the elevator left early. That's definitely not supposed to happen. Well, sorry to break it to you, but that elevator is addicting you back. You better test your luck by jumping to the floor below. Come on, Mike, you can do it. I believe in you. Come on, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Maybe you're anxious, so I'll leave and let you do it. See you later, Mike.
I don't know if you could hear the chord, the narrator chord there, or where the elevator was. Oh, that looks like death. I probably added captions there to help you hear what you're saying. It's gonna be fun for me to transcript and post. What?
Farewell, Mike,
Oh.
cried the narrator as Mike was led helplessly into the incinerator room.
We're doing a
In a
skag.
single versatile instant, Mike was obliterated as the incinerator killed him instantly.
How do you pronounce visceral?
And yet, it would just be a few minutes before Mike would restart the game back in his office as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was
Did the
going to
museum.
accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Mike was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Man, you put in all the effort here. That's crazy. You put in all the effort for this parody. 352-417 is just choosing Mike's number. Went to my control facility. All I got was the lousy painting. Best person. Stanley with a blue shirt. The car we're just used in the office. Blank painting frames. And employee of the year, Bosch Labs. I'm sure it's easy to set that when you're the one employee. Office computers. Can I read that a little better? Standing parable. Something to MDL. Standing parable. Game cache. Something to MDL. It's like names of model files, looks like. Business card. Suspension retail. Yeah, you can probably read that better in post. Okay, and this one is subsurface. I didn't see this one. That's Nagurma. Is that Nagurma's map queue? Huh, nice. It's been a while since Nagurma played one of my maps. It's probably because I don't make new Portal 2 maps anymore and there always some interesting things. It's a Wix site. I still have a grudge against Wix just because of what they did to DeviantART. Right, okay. So I cannot read that from a distance. Queue maps. Credits. They're the same as the credits what we saw before. Boz Labs is the narrator. The impeccable Boz Labs. Oh. Boz, I think you missed something here. Is that the other side too? No. Yes, this is going to be longer than expected. Yes, man. That's a Fallout character, isn't it? Your team is going to be an ending featuring Yes Man from Fallout New Vegas, where you need to find a platinum ship and bring it down to Laos's chamber, where you can put it in a specific spot and Yes Man would appear on all the monitors. This ending was scrapped. It was just part of Boss Lab's obsession with Fallout New Vegas at the time. You couldn't think of any way to actually end the ending. You know, that kind of thing hasn't stopped me from putting half-bits and references into my maps. There's maybe a card somewhere around here. The Aperture Dilemma. I could use that as a thumbnail. How about that? Here, that's some decent framing. Room Closet 2, Electric Boogaloo. It even has the 2 from Ultra Deluxe. Nice. Wow. It's just an overlay there in the middle of the screen. It's kind of meta since Ultra Deluxe left source engine for, was it Unity? Early in development, I came up with the idea to have a Broom Closet 2 segment if the player tried to enter the Broom Closet. This segment was inspired by the Stanley Parable 2 Expo in Ultra Deluxe. However, I found that the gag wasn't that funny and would have required a lot of effort for a joke that didn't really pay off. Here's a counter here. Set a counter with an actual monitor as normal. But it's made out of brushes. Okay. It's further over here. escape pod. It's GLaDOS. GLaDOS' chamber. The progression from GLaDOS' chamber is originally made by Boz Labs and its modifications to what it is today by Between Reality. That looks very basic. It looks like something that I could have made in my early days of Pool 2 mapping. Except for the advanced stuff on GLaDOS there. I wasn't fancy. It's a larger chamber, it's more rounded. There's so much empty space there. What are you going to do with all of that? This, oh, that's real funky. Reminds me of my panel mainframe map that I reuse as my own AI chamber. If you haven't seen that, look at my Pool 2 archive series. The episode might be called Behind the Screens, somewhere around that one. Incinerator. Incinerator. The operator science emerges the intelligence incinerator is seen in Klaus's chamber. Try to do a glassy voice there. I just... What's this? The console. Originally, the console was going to be a machine in the two doors room, but it was scrapped as it was deemed too difficult to get to work and function correctly. What's this thing? Mike's desk. Did he have a typewriter? Mike's desk is seen in the phone ending. Originally, before Mike was an author as a typewriter. Originally, before Mike was an author, the typewriter was a computer. After the script for the ending was wrote, it was changed to a typewriter. After the magazine. Mike's apartment. One of the very first iterations of Mike's apartment. Not much change except for the textures and some refinement. The total text stuff there. Connect form not registered. The elevator room. Some of the very first iterations of the elevator room. Getting like spoilers here. This is all just like a show of paintings. Now these are motivational posters. Motivation. The difference between getting up and showing up. Excellence. It's not a skill, it's an aptitude. Teamwork. Because you can't blame everything on you. Oh god. That's spooky. It's like in actual Stanley Parable, before Ultra Deluxe happened, it was very hard to actually see Stanley's face in the original. Now you can see her easily on display. That's scary. That is scary right there. Use Mike now. The offices. The very first iteration of the offices outside Mike's office was the first room made for the mod, even before Mike's office. They were also originally on the 5th floor. Mike's door is not on the left there. I'm very tempted to jump down the incinerator, but it might be where we have to go. Does this loop back to the start? I think it does. Office phones. I think you just come where you answer the phone. It kind of explains your all along. You pull the strings and makes them ring until your heart starts breaking up. So, Tinfoil 906. It's a collection of assets originally made for the Gary story. They were made by Tinfoil 906 and used in this mod. That was this for Gary's Mind Parable, huh? There. The Gary story. Some assets from this mod were originally created for another mod called the Gary story. Just a collection of all of them. They created a lifting door wall. Is that where that guy came from? I like joke there. Typical props. It's a collection of typical props made by We2 that are used in the Aperture Dilemma. Chair and the phone. Made by Ada. Ada and We2. Is the freedom ending. The very first iteration of the exterior aperture is shown in the freedom ending. Yeah, that feels very similar to something that I would make earlier in my mapping career. It's like SB Train. So you see, pause and pause the game. Upper text. Right. I guess we're jumping in the incinerator then. We're consigning ourselves to the original fate, as the second narrator told us. The second narrator also happens to be a person on YouTube who does music. Like that's their username, the second narrator. I think it was like their remix of the Guardian theme from Breath of the Wild. It was Wee!
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Press escape and press back to queue. There's no other way to beat this map. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let them choose it for you.
Nope.
Don't let them choose it for you.
These more gaps between the second narrator's lines there. And we're back to the credits. Alright then. And there's no music this time. So it's like I could hear the second narrator like breathing in their microphone. It's like, might need a little filter. I don't have a filter either. Alright then, so that was that. Let's wheel back and see the left door then.
When Mike came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And we're back. Alright, left door it is then. Sorry. I must have allergies or something. Alright then. There. Is that my house.wad? Oh god, I think it is. I briefly watched Divine Sauce Vinny's video on it, him playing it. I didn't see the whole thing. I know the thing's crazy. Ooh. It is fancy.
Yet, there was not a single person in the meeting room. Mike would have given up if he hadn't thought of the secret test they were holding. So he stepped into the elevator and pressed the button to go down.
Yeah, before that, let's look at this stuff here. A secret code written in binary. I wonder what this says. It's board marker 250. Have I seen this mouse somewhere else? New ideas. Pet purse. Lot bucks. Minecraft. More staples. Soda. All play no work makes the boss mad. Is going home part of our job? Go this way. Soda for my clones. It's on the meeting table. Is that an early copy of Portal 2? Portal 2 is standing parable style. This is like the hammer view of the whole map from outside the void. This Rip Break Room Stores 2023. There's a bunch of gibberish text here. I wonder if it's like graphing of AI, and that's why all the text is garbled. These motivational books we saw in the museum. Oh, I can't go around the side. It's a journal there. Yeah, I might be getting flanged out here by like, you know what? Here, hold on. Let me queue up the standing parable music. Hold on, I have it on disc here because it's in the actual game files. There we go. Music queued up. Because I have the original standing parable still. I have the file on disc, so I can just play that. The broom closet's ending. Right about this. Elevator.
Mike attempted to enter the broom closet, but unfortunately, it was boarded up. So he was forced to continue the story.
Did not even have to deal with that. That's funny. Okay. The Gary story. All secrets revealed. It's a red pants. He used to be a favorite of me on someone's device. Okay, it's suspicious. Also, wait, there's other elevators here. So you can't reach those other doors without taking those other elevators. That seems inefficient, really. Up or down? Up.
But Mike just couldn't do it. He considered facing his coworkers, admitting that he left his post during work hours. So he decided he would return to his office and simply go hungry. Now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, I got no clue. Wait, I've got an idea.
What is it? Okay. Behind their line. There's a whiteboard. Is that?
I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Alright then.
Okay, this is quite boring, so I'm just gonna play some music to lighten the mood.
Oh, what? Oh god. Oh, remix! This is the original contribution ending right here. This room, I mean. I like how you did the line correctly too. eye test. Oh man, funky. It's getting funky. Oh my god, there's another choice to make here. Oh no. Oh god, this map goes for so long. I wasn't expecting this. Yeah, there's door temporarily moved. Temporarily, because it's temperature based. It's too cold here, so they moved to one place. Oh, I thought it would be for a second. Oh, that was ominous. Hammer. You play your boss slabs. Pardon there, sorry. Let's jump into the void. Whee!
I'll be real with you. This is all set up. You see, I knew you would go up in the elevator. Everything up to this point has been predetermined.
Yeah, of course you did.
Now, it's time for you to make a choice.
Oh.
If you pick up the phone, you can go home. You can do anything you want outside of Aperture. If you don't, well, you'll be brought back exactly how things were before.
Oh god, we have to make a choice. Okay. That's what the timer's for. Oh, this looks nice.
This is the very joyous story of a man named Mike, who started his own business as an author.
Was that
Working
texture?
from nothing to making enough to live alone in his apartment. Mike's most famous book, the one that gained him all his fortune and fame, was a little novel titled The Aperture Dilemma.
I didn't get to look around that map more. I didn't get to look more at the apartment. Wait, hold on.
This is the very joyous story of a man named Mike,
Mean
who
stove.
started his own business as an author, working from nothing to making enough to live alone in his apartment.
AC.
Mike's most famous book, the one that
TV.
gained him all his fortune and fame, was a little novel titled The Aperture Dilemma.
Alright then. Oh, just. God, can I just knock it? Walk off that table. See, that was even earlier. Okay, well, that part. We saw that ending. Now let's go see what's downstairs. So, boop. We don't get the music anymore. Okay. So I sure hope nothing happens after the credits. I'm skipping by accident here. Just trying to be efficient.
But Mike couldn't follow the adventure line. He didn't want to listen to the narrator. He wanted to make up his own story. So instead of following the line upstairs, he went down on his own path. As Mike traversed the halls with pride, he was glad to finally not be a pawn in someone else's story. In a way, he was glad everything happened the way it did. He finally got a chance to make the story his own. But Mike began to wonder what this was all about. I mean, everybody in the building had vanished. And now this weird narrator was in my head telling me how to live my life. Mike couldn't understand why this was happening. Was it a dream? Mike asked. No, I'm awake. But
Okay, but hold on. I'm going to insert a quip here. I also realized there in the cut that the line you're following is the Stanley Parable adventure line, not the Aperture Dilemma adventure line. It's interesting. It means they're renting out the original guy to help here.
be a computer simulation? Mike froze for a second. A computer simulation, that was it. Or maybe a video game? Yes, this explains everything perfectly. But Mike began to think.
Easy.
Is any of my life real? When did the game itself start? How much of my life has just been code? Mike tried to remember anything beyond today. Just anything. I work at Aperture, I monitor test chambers. This was all Mike could remember. But at least, it was proof he was right. But that brought up more questions, like, who would want to play a video game of my boring life? And how had I become self-aware in the first place?
Yeah, people find a
Thought
way.
further. Was this even his own choice? Was he being controlled by another human being?
Also, it is not just a linear loop, Euclidean loop with no non-Euclidean geometry. If so, it's lame.
Not only that, but this choice he made, where whoever's controlling him, was it truly going off track and making the story his own? Was this all scripted?
Maybe.
Mike decided that the game ends here. So he concentrated very, very hard. And before he knew it, everything went black.
Give himself an aneurysm. Okay.
Gary decided
Oof.
to... Oh, what is this? Looks like somebody who doesn't listen to the voice in their head. They probably think they're in a video game and their life is a lie. Ah, well, good thing you're real, Gary.
Cabins.
Now, let's leave this crazy man and whatever happened to him in the past.
As you know, there's a crossover with the Gary parable. Alright then. I think there's still one more route to see, though. It's taking the elevator down. I think it's already saved in the staircase, though, so I'll have to retrack manually, so be right back. And we're back. Okay, so now we'll go down. I just sink in the floor.
Descending deeper into the building, Mike realized he felt a bit peculiar. This was strange, as Mike had never felt this way in all his years at the company.
I just think this just feels weird. This glass already shut down. Did that crate is marked. Be my Valentine. Sure, Mugs. Sure, I will. Using your next project, GLaDOS, Genetic Life and Risk Operating System, coming 2002-2003. Portal 1 was released like 2007. Is that the Portal 1 design of GLaDOS?
Stepping into this room, Mike realized the true intentions of Aperture. Putting a live human into an AI? It was inhumane. Mike couldn't let this happen. So he decided he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Can he do that?
So when at last he came to the source of the room's power,
Red phone.
he hit the large off button.
And that clock was glowing yellow. There's just like yellow nearby. Whoa, this looks fancy. Wow. Look at this place. This looks cool. But there she is. There's GLaDOS. It's a good choice to make here. Yeah, that's missing textures. It's not actually bright wood. Hey GLaDOS, how's it going? Nobody ever blacks out your eye. So there's neurotoxin tubes up there in the ceiling.
During the horrifying test, Mike tripped and fell into a small pit in the room. Mike didn't know what to do next, as he was trapped down here.
I would survive.
Mike decided to set up a chair for him to sit on, while he waited for something to happen. Eventually, Mike put up a television and a lamp to give him some light.
But
Soon enough, Mike switched out that old chair for a beautiful sofa that doubled as a bed.
how's he getting this?
Mike even set up a small kitchen area. He'd realized it had been so long.
Is there galvanized
since he
steel
thought
in
of
here?
his chamber, aperture, or even his lunch. He didn't even care anymore. All that mattered to him was his small little house. Mike began to wait, and wait, and wait, until one day, suddenly, Mike was finally
Dead? He realized he was all just hallucinating his head, dying from hunger. It wasn't real the whole time. Yeah, I didn't trip on that on purpose. I'd actually generally trip on accident there. So that happened. I found our ending though, so that's the thing. Alright, rewind. Okay, right. Just before I trust the buttons, have a look around here. Screens and actual buttons. These. Yeah. Possible to save them. I think it's an actual standing variable texture. His face is funky. Lever. It's a glowy lever. And the effort that actually goes into designing another room designed like this, it's good effort right there. Like if you remember my Stanley Parable parody and We Escaped from Aperture, my one looked crappy. It's very blank. There wasn't a whole lot to it. This is nice. It actually lives up to the original room design. Man. Big button. It's like the old Aperture lever console, but tilted on its side. That's interesting. Okay. Alright then. So I guess I can over here and turn the machine on.
Oh, Mike, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Oh, wait,
Well,
yeah, I didn't
if you
mean...
wanted to throw my story off track, you're going to have to try much harder than that.
Hi, GLaDOS, so you have
For
all the
example, I
things.
believe you'll find this quite pertinent. Once the genetic lifeform disk operating system powered on, it began to fill the room with a deadly neurotoxin. How long till the neurotoxin affected Mike? Let's say 3 minutes. Here you go, Mike. It's your time to shine. Make this story whatever you want.
Nope.
But hey, you can't make much of a difference.
I'm
with
out.
your fists, now can you? Did you seriously? Ow, why?
What?
This is seriously pathetic. Yes, it's true, you had no choice either way, but at least I could watch you struggle to gain back your control that, now, well, I can't even watch this. Thank you for ruining the experience. For both of us.
Yeah, that caption volume needs more else. Am I just stuck down? Oh. Why did I just pull them up? I don't know if I just pulled them on, but I probably can't capitalize. Can I? No, it's no jail accepted here. Well, I guess it's their life now. Alright then. Try again.
There you go, Mike. It's your time to shine. Make this story whatever
Okay,
you
I'm
want
back.
it to be. But hey, you can't make much of a difference with just your fists, now can you? How about this portal gun? Put it to good use. Or don't.
What is this font?
I really don't care. I just want to see you struggle to regain the control that's been taken from you. I mean, look at you, running everywhere, trying to find some sort of exit. Look at you, running from button to button, screen to screen. These colored buttons. No, this red button. No, how about this button over here? Something here, anything, everything, something has to
See
save
it right here.
Why would you think that? That this game can be solved? Oh my. You need to understand that timer is the catalyst to keep the action. It's just
Is there more than 2 levers?
Look at you
There
right
it is.
now, running around every little thing in hope that something will save you. No, Mike, those buttons won't save you either. Neither will those blue consoles or those switches. These buttons don't do anything, they're just for decoration. And even if they did do something, you don't have the qualifications to press them. You don't know what you're doing. That's why you just monitor test chambers all day. They don't trust you enough to do actual science work here, Mike. Have you ever thought about why your job is so simple? You're very perceptive, Mike, I'll say that much.
Red.
There's a reason you only figured out about this test
This is
chamber right
correct.
now, Mike. This
Are any of these numbered?
every single person in the building, they knew about it except for you. And that is not a mistake.
None of these are
Mike, have
numbered.
you ever seen this portal gun before? You do know it's been in production since the 1950s. How long have you been working here at Aperture?
Oh, is this it? Okay,
You
yellow
even know what
button.
you're doing right now. I mean, seriously. You're just pressing things. You're pulling switches. You're pressing consoles. I mean, do you think you're doing
Adventure
something?
line theme. I can barely hear you, dude. You're not talking loud enough.
Do you
I'm trying to
think
figure out what to do here.
You're able to
Uh-oh.
turn off that timer because I assure you, once that timer is turned on, there's no way to turn it off.
That was correct.
If I knew you were going to do this, I would have started the game by saying, this was the story of a man named Mike. Too late for that now, I suppose.
Oh, I think I'm dead. 25 seconds.
I still don't understand your persistence. No matter what happens or what I say, you still try to keep your control. You need to understand you don't have any control here. But the fact that you continue to do
Is there even a yellow
whatever
button?
you're doing shows that you really do not listen. I don't care, but I want to know.
7
Hold on to
seconds.
your fair life, or will you go out peacefully? Doesn't matter to me. It's all a part of the joke. And trust me, I will be laughing from every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in to the moment I say, happily ever after.
And we died. Alright then. This is Feudal's the original version of the ending. Alright then, I think there's one more route, and it's to actually turn her off. teleport to an exit? Oh. How did we get here? He's teleport?
Waking up, Mike felt the cool air breezing against his chest. This, right now, was exactly the way things were meant to happen. And Mike was happy. Ignore that, ignore this. You're definitely fair and you're happy. Roll credits.
We do not have the budget for an actual outside? Oh. That's a problem. We don't have the budget for an actual outside. We have the budget for an interior simulation of outside. Alright then. Alright then, so that, I believe, was the Aperture Dilemma. That was a whole thing. Huh? That was a very, actually, nice, cohesive Stanley Parable parody, purely in Pool 2. They did that quite well. It's like the actual best Stanley Parable on the Pool 2 workshop. I think mine, but mine ranks somewhere in the better end of the spectrum, even though it's like one room. It's a parody because it actually looks the part. Actually, didn't I show a map in my BTS series how I also tried to make the doors room once myself? I put like a butt top rubber pile in the middle of the room. I think I did that. So this one went all the way, and I appreciate that. They actually did all the good effort. Alright then. So then, let us read all the descriptions. Okay, so the Aperture Dilemma is the base map. After about 2 years of work, it is finally complete. Left door and right door links. Step into the life of Aperture Labs employee Mike as he faces extreme dilemma at his place of work. Fun things to do. Click door 3555 times. Oh, that wasn't there. I'm not going to go back for that now. You can do that yourself if you want to see that. Break the game by jumping, then report to break to me so I can fix it. By jumping on. It's because Stanley can't jump, and more. Achievements. Speeches. 10 out of 10 as far as I'm concerned. It is very good. I'll give it a like and a favorite. Did you going to say anything unique? Don't do that. Open a new tab. It's the right map. Okay, it's the same description. F map. It's still the same description. Alright then. So that was pretty good. I like that. It's a cohesive little parody. It goes to do its own thing. If I missed anything else there that you noticed, you too can play the map and see them for yourself. That's called engagement. Rate their map, I'd give them a like, maybe even favorite if you like that much. Mad scientist. Alright then, so I will cut it off right there. I didn't think that would go on for that long, but that was pretty thorough. Right then, until next time, this has been the story of a man named ALLOS, also known as Sketching Creations, and we will see you in the next chapter.